Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Today I want to share with you one of the remedies that we've been using a lot in my house for respiratory, for sore throats, for coughs, and this is an herb that we cannot grow without, especially during the flu season, the colder times of the year, and that is the Cuban oregano. Now, Cuban oregano is really, just like any oreganos, you can use it very versatile in any kind of dishes you cook. But also it is an herb, so it has medicinal properties in it. Now, I have done a previous episode on the Vix plant, and I think some of you guys were leaving comments thinking that Vix plants, also known as called the menthol plant, which is this cutting right here. This one is actually different. It's a whole other plant. If I show you guys in just a little bit the close-up, you'll see the difference between the two plants. But in that episode, when I was talking about the menthol, a lot of you guys were getting confused or think that it's the Cuban oregano, but they are actually two very different plants. If you want to find out more about the medicinal properties and how I use the menthol herb, check on that link down below or up there in the card so you can go check out that video. But that's a totally different herb than the Cuban oregano. So the Cuban oregano, just like any other, oreganos out there, they're usually with like that anti-inflammatory, anti-fungal, antibacterial properties in there. So it's really good for, especially even doing like inhaling this to get rid of, some sort of like a minor respiratory problem or some sort of irritation through like your breathing, something like that. And obviously, like I said, something more like minor things that you can treat at home. Otherwise, please go see a doctor or go get help if you have some sort of breathing issues. Today, I want to focus on this herb. And when you pair this herb with another fruit called calamansi, which is a little citrus that a lot of people in Southeast Asia, like in the Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, are very much familiar with this little fruit. It's really delicious that we use it pretty much like how you would use lime or lemon. So you can squeeze it on top of food and make a sauce with it, make a drink like lemonade, but with the calamansi. And but it actually has medicinal benefits to it too, and that actually is really good for coughs and sore throats, just like lemonade, when you make that with some honey or some sort of sweetener of your choice, or even just by itself, something in the lemons or limes that helps to kind of loosen up that phlegm, so it opens up your voice if you have a sore throat. The calamansi fruit is also really good for that, but it actually has very specific properties in there that would help with your throat and breaking up that mucus. And when you pair that fruit with the Cuban oregano, it's just so delicious, and it really helps with the coughs. My mom was coughing for like almost every single night for an entire year. I don't know why it took her so long. I guess she didn't want me to worry about her, so she didn't tell me about it until one day she was like, hey, I made this this Cuban oregano with the calamansi and made this tea, and I drank it, and then I stopped coughing. I was coughing for like a year, and that totally, she freaked me out. I guess that was why she didn't want to tell me. It wasn't like a crazy cough, but every time late at night, she would have a little bit of coughs in bed. And so when you cough at night, usually she said that you would add a little bit of ginger with the tea when you make it, because the ginger helps with your throat, but also it helps to warm up your body as well. So when it's like for the seniors or elderly people, or if you cough at night, a lot of times in traditional Chinese medicine is that they suggest to add a little bit of ginger in your tea. And so that's what she did. And since the flu season is coming around the corner, I thought I would share this recipe with you guys. And if you don't have Cuban oregano, I can offer these cuttings on my website, but you can also use any kind of oreganos. It would not be exactly like this, of course, the properties of that, but it is going to be an oregano. It does have, oregano does have the antibacterial, antifungal properties in it. And you can use some lime or lemons if you don't have calamansi fruit. So yeah, other than that, this is really good, like oreganos or any kind of herbs. if you just basically do a steam and just breathing in as like a aromatherapy, or even to inhale it just by putting this in like oregano or any kind of herbs, or even rosemary in water. Boil it in a pot of water and just carefully kind of just when it gets hot, you just inhale this aroma and let it open up your chest, open up your lungs, and help with any kind of bacteria that may be in your respiratory system. So that's really great for colds, for coughs, and any kind of throat or lungs, minor issues like that has to do with your respiratory. Thank you. So it snaps off really easily. Just want to talk about a little bit about how to grow this. This is a Cuban oregano. This is really tasty in like beans or any kind of a soup, or any kind of like casserole or crock pot sort of a cooking. This is really delicious. And it's super succulent leaves. So I even add a little bit of this in juices that I make. Just a little bit goes a long way. It smells really good. It has a little bit of like a citrus, fruity, and a little bit smoky kind of a smell versus the, what is this? Versus the menthol, which has a little more strong essential oil smell, a little more smoky and full of like really like an herbal oil kind of smell. This is a little more sweet and fruity to me. So as you can see, these two are very different. This is the Cuban oregano and this is the menthol. This is the menthol. And they're both very succulent, very juicy. And to grow the cubano, all you need is just to get them started by cuttings, and they will root in soil. Grow them really well in part shade or even full sun. Very drought tolerant, but I gotta say that they grow a lot more lush with a little more water, and of course with well drainage. It's actually really hardy. You can even grow them straight in clay soil, but of course a lot of plants would benefit in well drained and just any kind of good organic soil. Now when it comes to growing herbs, fall is actually a really great time to get started with many kinds of herbs. It gives them a little time during this cooler season to establish themselves in the ground, and then you can mulch them, maybe like 3 or 4 inches of mulch, especially for places that freezes over. Some herbs will actually thrive in the wintertime. If not, they would just kind of go dormant. As long as you mulch really heavily, they would come back up in the spring. So things like oreganos or rosemary, or parsley would grow really well during the cooler season. And with these Cuban oreganos, if you guys have any experience in growing these outdoors in the colder climates, like places where it freezes over, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, these do really well in containers, so you can bring them inside and plant them in a really bright, sunny, a bright, warm location indoors in a container. But you do want to give them maybe even setting up a grow light or just right by a really bright window, because some succulents will actually stretch when they don't get enough light. So they'll still grow, but they will stretch, meaning that each layer you see, each section of the leaves would grow a lot further than each other, and the leaves may not grow as big. So that's pretty much it. They're pretty easy to take care of. Really, I don't really see much pest in here on these herbs. So let's go take a look at the calamansi tree. This is a citrus, just like many kind of citruses out there. They start off as green fruits and then slowly moving into like more yellow tones and then to this beautiful orange color. Now the larger fruits on the tree actually is almost like the size of a cutie tangerine. So it's just really beautiful when this tree ripens up. Right now we did a really heavy pruning last year, so we actually missed almost an entire year of fruits on here. Otherwise, this tree usually is loaded with fruits all year round. In Chinese, this citrus is called 四季桔, which means 4 seasons tangerine or citrus. So it really seriously grow almost maybe if not 12 months out of the year, at least 10 months out of the year. So we usually would get, you know, quite a bit of fruits on this tree. And sometimes it's just like loaded with fruits. And like I said, because we did a heavy pruning, it kind of skipped out on us for almost a year. So I'm really excited that it's coming back. So I'll show you guys some old clips that I've filmed during the previous growing season when they are ripe, because right now they're just starting to ripen up. None of them are actually orange up there right now, but the green ones are edible too. You can use the green ones, you know, in a sauce, in a juice, make a dip with it, and even in a tea. But I do prefer, I think the best tasting ones are the ones when it's green starting to turn a little more yellow color. I think that has the most strong pungent fragrance, and it just has a really nice bright floral smell that I feel like it's just so uplifting whenever I smell this. Kind of like when people think of like orange blossoms, when you smell it, it just really wakes you up, you know. And that's how I feel when I smell the fresh squeeze of the calamansi citrus. Now when the citrus gets to this full orangey yellow color, the skin gets thinner and it's also a little sweet, so it kind of reminds me of a kumquat, but not quite a kumquat. If you guys have not had a kumquat, it's basically an oval color citrus that's really sour on the inside, but the skin outside and the rind is actually quite sweet. So this one reminds me of that, but the skin is thinner than a kumquat. So we really love this. This actually does help with coughs. Like, it has medicinal benefits, like so it works a little different than your, you know, lemons or limes. But if you don't have this one, like I said, you can pair you know, a tea with lime or lemons, because it's going to be similar. It's just that this one does have a little more medicinal benefits. Tree is planted in full sun, just like many other fruit trees out there. You know, the more sun you give it, the more energy that would help the plant or the trees produce more flowers, therefore giving you more fruits. And so you will notice that there's actually the side that gets more sun would get a lot more fruits and flowers on this tree. It's a very hardy citrus. It's thriving in clay soil, and I only fertilize them once in a while when I fertilize everything else, which is mainly like I use the Dr. Earth fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, some worm castings, worm tea, and if I do, you know, come around brewing compost tea, then they would get that as well. But I have seen calamansi trees where people completely lack, like just neglected them, just giving them water without some other nutrients, and they would fruit a lot too, but the taste is nothing compared to something that you would give it nutrients. So when, you know, we had fruits from our friends' trees that they only water but don't give it nutrients, it really lacks the flavor and the fragrance. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode, you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And follow me on social media like Facebook, Instagram, where I do instant updates of my life, which you don't get to see on this channel. And if you would like to support my work, please go check out WENDILAND.com, and I'll leave all the links of the ways that you can support me and where you will find me, just the links below this video. Alright, you guys, take care and stay healthy, especially during this flu season that's coming. I hope you guys all stay well and safe. Bye.